Welcome to Hit the Bricks Live, your #1 podcast for horror movie news, with McCoy from Drumdums, Nick Miller from the Lost River Drive-In, and Davey Deathray. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hit the bricks, Dorothy.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 11 of Hit the Bricks. We're back. I think we did it on the second week. It's been 2 weeks, right, since the last one. So yes. So I'm so happy to have my brothers in crime back, Nick and Davey. Davey, how are you doing, brother?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing great. Everything has been going super awesome with the channel as of late. The community has been just killer. Raced past 1,600 subs on the way to 1,700. So it's still, I'm still small potatoes and all that, but loving every minute of it. And this is day 13 of no alcohol for me. So I feel like I'm all like jacked up and like overly caffeinated. I feel very laser focused, so I'm really excited. And I'm just pumped to get going here with you guys.
Do you have like a stand-in for the alcohol, or you have like a substitute?
Not really. It's such a compulsive thing for me, and honestly, like, I'm super envious of people that can enjoy that and not have it be something that like slowly starts to like dominate. But to me, I noticed that it's almost like with something like alcohol, it's like by the time it's got its grip on you, it's not that it's almost too late, but it's like you don't even really realize. So for me, the substitute is just like feeling like I'm super clear-headed and just more with it. Like I kind of get a high from it. I'm at the point now where I'm starting to feel like the buzz of just sobriety. So it's a fun little flip for me, but no judgment to anyone that enjoys. I wish I could be that way, but I'm 43 now, and I've learned that it doesn't really work for me. If I have one or two, I'm going to have 4 or 5, and then I'm going to have, then I won't even know how many I'm having after that. So it's just best I stay away. You guys are my substitute. That's what it is.
There you go.
Nice tall glass of Lee McCoy and Nick Miller from the Lost River Drive-In.
And I think that's what it is, man. You just gotta, like, for me anyway, because everybody's got addictions, right? And there could be a dozen different types of addictions, Like, I've been addicted to Monster. I quit Monster and freaking proclaimed it on a video and then freaking failed. So I don't judge anybody, because we all have, I'm going to quote Bill Hicks here, my favorite comedian. Life, it's just a ride. That's what it is. It's a roller coaster. It goes up, it goes down. And, however you handle that ride is up to you. You can sit back and do nothing, or you can like grab it by the horns and you can live. And that's, even if you succumb to a vice or something like that, that's living. That's part of the journey. That's part of the story of your life. So Nick, how you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm living the dream, man. Life's been pretty decent lately. I had talked, I didn't say to you guys, had open house today for my son's first day of kindergarten. Starts on Wednesday. He's cautiously optimistic, as am I. That was cool. Busting my back, or whatever other term you want to use, on YouTube lately, specifically with like the Halloween stuff, because my audience has told me like, give us more, and I'm like, okay. So that's been working really well. I'm just I can't really complain, man. I'm doing all right. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. There's a lot of fun stuff we're going to talk about tonight. So
yeah, I'm so happy for you, man. I'm so glad you got your son back. And there's nothing like that little, I don't want to get mushy on here and anything, but I was just telling you guys before we went live, like Delilah, she stayed the night with us for the second weekend in a row. She'll usually stay on like a Saturday night, and boy, it's just like a vacation for her, because she gets to get away from her normal environment. And of course, we spoil the holy living crap out of her. So yeah, man. But when it's hard to put them to sleep because I watched my very first movie with Delilah. We watched. She's obsessed with Spider-Man, by the way, which is funny. But we watched Across the Spider-Verse. And she watched about, I'd say, a good 85% of it. You know, she'd peek out and look at her little dollhouse a little bit here and there, but she'd always jump back in because, you know, there's a lot. That movie is sensory overload. You know, if you want to show a kid a movie, that's the one, because it's constantly grabbing their senses in some way or another.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because of my ADHD.
I've
heard really good things about it. I tried to watch it actually with my ex-wife. We tried to watch it together a couple years ago. We got about halfway through and we were like, I just can't. Like it's too much on my eyeballs, and like I don't know. So it just wasn't my thing because I'm a Spider-Man guy, but I just couldn't.
Yeah, me too. I wonder, man. Like if you know, funny enough, Delilah has like seizure disorders, and she hasn't had a seizure in like a year and a half. So maybe I shouldn't have showed that movie to her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in real time here, but like, what the fuck did I just do? Let me say hello to everybody. Scott Lauderdale, Gory Tiger.
What do you guys think the odds are that the Spider-Verse and the Jason universe are gonna cross over here?
Yeah, anything's possible. Oh my God, we're definitely gonna get into that freaking Jason universe, man.
Oh yeah, we are.
Nick, I look at the X and I saw that Nick posted something on there, or I think you replied to something, and I was just like, my head was hanging down. I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
I quoted it and I said, fuck off already.
Yeah. I almost reposted it myself, and I was just going to put like a middle finger, but I didn't want to pile on too hard. But I mean, they got to know what they're doing is just not the right way. I don't. Are we jumping into it already? Jesus. You know what?
I mean,
we're gonna say
I interrupted when you were saying hi to everyone, so that's my bad. Everyone, we should say hi to everyone, right? Because
that's how we get,
all these awesome people kicking it with us.
Yeah. Okay. We'll start. Liana, how are you doing? Aaron Click, Ty Lee, Ali. See, I'm going upside down again. Here we go. Deshaun, Jay Beach, Born Slippy, Jason. What's up, brother? A couple more. Chills and Thrills. Chill. I don't know if we've seen Chills and Thrills in the.
That's Brett from Good Real Hunting. That's his new watch party channel.
Dude, that's a good name, and I love that like profile pic that he's on there. That's really cool. Destiny, how are you doing? I'm seeing a lot of nice chat. I'm gonna need your participation tonight. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put you to work right now. Okay, I want you to answer this question, and I primed Davey and Nick here. This will be a fun little question. We'll start off with a question for the chat and you guys. Okay, I hate X movie as much as you hate Halloween Ends. All right, so you have to fill in. What is the X movie? What is the movie that you hate as much as the guy that hates Halloween Ends like Gold Standard, right? Gold Standard hates Halloween Ends more than everybody. Okay, so chat, I need your answer, and we'll start with Davey because Davey said he's got a non-horror answer for that one. But Davey, what do you got, man? What do you hate more than somebody else hates Halloween Ends?
Yeah, the first movie that comes to mind is Superman Returns. I fucking hate that movie so goddamn much. It actually pisses me off. Like, I hate everything about it. I hate that Bryan Singer left X-Men. I mean, say what you want about him. He's a total friggin' creep, but I really dug, especially X2, the fact that he left X-Men and we got Brett Ratner, not much of a better kind of creep to do the third movie. And then we got this ass Superman movie that is just dreadful. Like, Superman doesn't look right. I think nothing wrong with Brandon Routh's performance. I just don't think he really has the right body type. He's got like this really slender, odd kind of body type. Kevin Spacey is just about the worst Lex Luthor I could ever imagine.
He's Kevin Spacey.
He puts in an awful performance. The plot, like another land grab plot for Lex. Like, so we're reusing Lex, and then we're just reusing plots from like the very first Superman movie. Superman flying to Kryptonite Island and not realizing it's made of kryptonite, and he just lands on it. Like, okay. Like, whereas Superman would literally like crash into the ocean underneath a kryptonite island and die. He would drown in the ocean. That would be the end of the movie there. So it's disrespectful to the fans. It's disrespectful to the character. Superman's only got a couple weaknesses: magic, kryptonite. You know, they're very limited. And when you take one of them off the table, you're solidifying and empowering all the people that say this is the most boring, lame ass character ever. And Superman Returns did that. Yeah, the plane scene is kind of exciting and all that stuff, whatever. Superman Returns is a hot, steaming pile of garbage. Oh, I'd rather watch Quest for Peace because at least I could laugh at that one.
Okay, so the way we're going to do this is I'm going to respond to yours, and I'm going to tell you if I agree with you or not. And then I'm going to give you my answer, and then I'm going to pass it to Nick, and he's going to tell me if he agrees with my answer, and then he's going to give his answer. Okay, so my answer to you for Superman Returns is I pretty much agree with everything you said about the movie. I think his body type's fine. Like his body type's the least problem for me with that movie.
Sure.
Like he doesn't really fight anybody. But my biggest pet peeve about that movie is Cal Penn. Cal Penn does not have a single line in the entire movie. All he does is make weird facial expressions. Like the scene where they're like beating the shit out of Superman on top of the Kryptonite island. Just zone in on Cal Penn's face the whole time. All he's doing is like this.
Yeah.
You know, doing his best, but it's just I heard there's deleted scenes where he actually has lines, but they cut them all out. Poor guy. So I think I agree. It's not my least favorite Superman movie, but it's definitely down there for sure. And so now I'll give you the movie that I hate as much as you hate Halloween Ends. And by the way, Brandon, he hates X as much as somebody hates Halloween. I'm thinking he's talking about that's hot takes. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, you hate X of the Pearl or X trilogy, I guess. That is insanity to me. Like, I need a second to process that because X was my favorite movie of 2022. This is crazy. Oh, my brain's gonna explode. Shit.
It's my least favorite in the trilogy, but there's not even close to a bad movie in that trilogy. I really love Pearl and I really loved Maxine, and I think X is really damn good as well. But if you got to pick one,
I'm searching my heart, Brandon. I can't find it. That's crazy.
But are we sure Brandon's a real person and not an AI that just
he's
searches
a bot.
for the hottest of takes?
Actually, I've seen him in person, so he's definitely real. And you know what? I love him to death. That's what I love about Brandon. His takes are the hottest of hot takes, and you got to have that. You know, he's like it's like in Rob Zombie's Halloween when he said, "Do you know the difference between black and white?" White is one end of the spectrum, and black means there's no color or something like that.
Yeah.
So Brandon
it's
is
the absence of color.
The absence of color. By the way, I did watch. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I did watch again the 4-hour documentary. Michael Lives. I sat and watched that thing all the way through. I think last weekend. My God, what a freaking insane, like that's an amazing doc. Even if you don't like the movie, that documentary is just freaking amazing. So anyway, my pick is, and this is a tough one. You know, I'm going to change my answer right now. I'm going to go with the Black Christmas remake.
God damn it. That's mine.
That's funny, dude. Well, you got to think up another one now. And I was gonna say Prom Night remake, but you know what? I think I hate like double hate the Black Christmas remake just a little bit more. And that means I hate it with all of my freaking black heart. I can't stand that movie. And I'm the last guy that'll cry woke. That's not part of my vocabulary, you know. I can always find what makes a bad movie bad. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's usually the least of my issues with any movie. Okay. But I will make an exception for Black Christmas because they do kind of favor, I hate using the word, but they do. It's kind of woke. And I just think it's a really bad movie, but that's not even the biggest crime though. The biggest crime of that movie is that it is actually a disgrace to the name of Billy. Billy is not the main killer in the movie, which is insanity to me because to me, Billy's probably the greatest, most underrated slasher killer of all slashers. You know, he's the guy that he should be mentioned in amongst some of the greats. Yeah. But yeah, he's just not there. So yeah, man, I can't stand that movie. I feel like they're just pushing on an agenda a little bit too hard in the movie that I don't need in a freaking Black Christmas movie. Yeah, you think? So yeah, and I guess I don't have to ask Nick if he agrees with me. So, Nick, do you have a backup movie?
Okay, so
or do you just want to pile on?
I did think of a backup movie, but just to piggyback off of what you said, yeah, dude, it's awful. It's a garbage movie. And here's the thing: I don't give a shit about. I really don't care about messaging in a movie, whether I agree with like the message or not. I think that an artist has a right, like whatever, like do your thing. You know, especially when you're not trying to disguise it. I think my problem is that the message in that movie literally boils down to man bad. Like
Exactly.
that is literally it. And furthermore, the director went as far as to say that, like, well, you know, if you have a problem with that, I didn't make this for you. And it's like, oh, okay, I'll just go fuck myself then. Like, it's just, it's weird to make a movie where you're already like sequestering half of your audience off from the other and being like, you're not allowed to watch this. It's like, oh, cool, fuck me then. So I don't know. And it's just on like you want to look at it just more on like the macro. It's just like it's Black Christmas, but it's not at all Black Christmas.
Not at all.
So like it's just like
Like
anyway.
they stole the name.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Jason Blum. Another one that I thought of, and I did a rant about this movie in my car the night it came out. And this was back in the day on YouTube where I posted like once a year. And this was one of my random posts from my cell phone in my car. And I hated it. Jeepers Creepers 3. You know, a lot of people will ask, like, well, what's worse, Jeepers Creepers 3 or Jeepers Creepers Reborn? And some people will say, oh, you know, it's definitely Reborn. The way I look at it is they're both dog shit. I would say, though, Reborn doesn't sell itself as high art. And it's so bad, it's kind of funny, unintentionally, but it's funny. Whereas Jeepers Creepers 3, you can tell that Salva thinks that he is making the long-awaited return of the Creeper, and it's like, what the fuck is this dog shit? Like, it really pissed me off. I mean, to wait a decade and a half and then get that movie, I was really, really mad, and I still don't own it. I'll never own it because I'll never watch it again. I watched it a second time during COVID, like the beginning of it when everybody was at home because my ex-wife had never seen it. And I was like, I'm warning you, this is terrible. Like, this is terrible. And we watched it and I'll never forget, like after it was over, she was like, I mean, it wasn't that bad. And I was like, that right there, I should have known. Like I should have known. Right,
that's a massive red flag.
That was it.
So yeah, Jeepers Creepers 3, it's awful.
Well, and you know, just one last thing that I want to say. When people say I didn't make this movie for you, that is the biggest cop out. That is them realizing that they did make a piece of shit. And that's like saying, I'm not, but so are you. Or like, my dad can beat up your dad. It is the most childish. Like Brie Larson said the same thing about friggin' Captain Marvel. Like, this movie isn't made for white dudes or whatever it is. And it's like, well,
that was stupid.
But those are not the only people, but that's 80% of the comic book buying audience right there. Like, so what do you mean not made? Like, why isn't it made for everyone? Like, why does your movie not have mass appeal if it's hundreds of millions of dollars? And even if it's not, why shouldn't it have mass appeal? And that's the fun, like doing messaging just in a subtle way. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Nick, but I think if you do messaging subtly, and people can sort of like think for themselves and draw their own conclusions, like the early Romero stuff. Like, I just think that has more like longevity and value in the end, because it challenges the audience to meet the creator part way and to think and become hopefully a little more intelligent. Hopefully.
Yeah. You have to trust your audience to not need to be bludgeoned with whatever you're trying to get through to them. Cause then at that point, it's all you can see in a movie. But there is a fine line to walk here. And like, I saw you tweet about this the other day, Lee, and like, this is a hot button issue these days. And like, quite frankly, two things can be true. I'm so sick and tired of everybody crying woke over everything just because they didn't like it, or just because they're looking for it. I hate that word. I think that word oftentimes is used as a shield because you don't actually know how to verbalize what it is about something that you don't like. You just use that as your like cop out. So I get sick and tired of hearing that. And that can be true while also at the same time, a movie like Black Christmas just being, I wouldn't even use woke for it. I would use another word that might get me canceled, but like, it's just, it's stupid. It's dumb. It's every single thing that's wrong with film. Like it's just the movie's bad. The performances are bad. There's no blood. There's no surprise. There's no connection to the original Black Christmas. You're essentially attacking, like I said, half of your potential audience from the jump. Like everything about it is what's wrong with film. So like, it's a terrible movie. And I remember a couple of years ago, I did a watch along on my channel because like people kept talking about it. And I was like, fine, I'll give it one more chance, but like, I'm going to hate this. And actually pissed off some people that were like in the live chat. Like, I'm not watching the rest of this. Like, I actually like this movie. And I'm like, you like dog shit. I don't know what else to say. Like, I can meet someone halfway sometimes and be like, like I like Jason X, and Jason X, is not a very good movie, but I have a lot of fun with it. I can meet people halfway with movies like that, but like Black Christmas 2019, that's just a bad film. Like it's just bad.
It's offensively stupid. It is stupid.
Well, this is what I posted. I have it right here actually, and it was a spur of the moment thing, and I won't like out the channel or anything, but I look at my feed every day, and Alien Earth had just come out, and you know the channels that I'm talking about, but there was like one channel, and it said Gen Z Alien Earth or something like that. And I was just like, I mean, it's currency at this point. That's the problem with it.
Yeah, you should have just been like slow month on YouTube, huh? Because like you clearly just want the click.
That's the problem.
That's what it is.
Currency. People depend on that word, and they depend on content that happens to fall into that category. And even if it's like 2%, or fuck that, even if they've never even seen the show or the movie or whatever, they still, they got to make videos. And you know what? It's your channel. You're grinding. You got to do what you got to do. But, I'm just calling it like I see it. And so just spur of the moment, I was just thinking, I was like, I'm so sick of everything being narrowed down to woke, no woke, Gen Z, DEI, etc. In film criticism. If Alien Earth came out 10 years ago, it wouldn't be an issue. But because of the times, we're grasping at breadcrumbs. When we critique, can we stop, please? And I'm speaking as, you guys critique movies. And I'm speaking as somebody who gets on YouTube and likes to talk about movies. I have enough on my plate to keep me busy without having to depend on that word or a certain niche to just constantly beat it over the head. And what's crazy is then you go into these comments and people lap it up like they have no brain to think for themselves whatsoever.
People that have not seen it. People that have not seen it and have no intention of seeing it. And I think that's the issue is you're basically telling people what you think they want to hear. That's what these channels are doing. And it's a shame because I think they're being disingenuous. And so as somebody that like, I'm relatively in the middle. I mean, I would say I'm relatively conservative, although I'm in the middle. So I don't subscribe to a cult on either side. They both make me sick as shit. The word woke, I don't like using it because I think it's the same as like calling everyone that disagrees with you a Nazi or whatever. It's like the right version of saying Nazi. Like you said, it's lost all meaning. I've been watching Alien Earth. I don't know what they're talking about. But when they say Gen Z, do they just mean that like young actors are in the movie or in the show? Because
they can't be in a show. That's what they're saying. I need my characters in my Alien movie to be at least 30 and up. For some reason, they get all upset when somebody's below the age of 30 in an Alien movie.
Well, hey, Timothy Oliphant is finally showing a little bit of age. He's finally aged. Something happened. He was like the ageless wonder for a while, and he's walking around Alien Earth. I shit you not, guys. Like Michael Myers from H4 with the blonde hair in the school. That's what he looks like in his jumpsuit in Alien Earth. I'm like getting strong, like messed up mask H4 vibes. And I don't know. I'm enjoying Alien Earth. I like the slow burn. I've heard some people call it a snooze fest. I prefer my Alien movies to be slow and methodic and to build a lore. Like the first one and Prometheus are probably my favorites because I like the lore building and the slowness of them. I dig it. And you know what's crazy is I was listening to the music, or I'm watching the show and I'm hearing the music and I'm like, is that the theme from Patton, the George C. Scott movie? Because they do that bum, 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 bum. They do that kind of thing. And then I look it up And I'm like, oh my God, Jerry Goldsmith, the guy that wrote the score for Alien, is the same guy that wrote the score for Patton. So even though it's in a different key, it's like, this must be an homage, you know, to
you
that
definitely hear
Patton
a lot
score
of
that they're
those
bringing
Alien
in.
cues.
Yeah.
You know, and on that topic, you know, just to put a fine bow on it, I think, guys, for the three of us and anybody watching, if you like, all you have to do every now and then is just like take a step back and just be like, imagine if I was one of those people. Like, imagine if I went into like everything going like, is there going to be an African-American person or an Asian person or a gay person? God forbid. And if so, I can't watch it. And I have to tell everybody else not to watch it online.
People
It's
say
like,
that now. It's crazy.
imagine being
If
that
there is
miserable.
one black
Like,
person, I'm
I'm out of there.
Imagine being, honestly, imagine being that miserable. Like, I can't do it. Like and it's, I've always found it ironic too, because it's like, those are the people too that preach the like, oh, no one gives a shit about your feelings. Like, oh, crybaby snowflake. And it's like, you guys cry about more than anything, like more than anyone. I swear to God, about the dumbest shit. Like, so at the end of the day, I don't care what side you're on, just like certain buzzwords just to get yourself clicks and to get eyeballs on you and to generate conversation, even though really all you're trying to do is stir up shit. Like, you're not actually trying to start a dialogue, because if you were doing that, you would want to, I don't know, start a dialogue. Like, actually, like, let's build towards something here. Let's bounce ideas off of each other. No, it's literally just like, oh, fuck this. That sucks. You guys suck. Hashtag canceled. It's like, bro, I'm done. I'm done.
And here's the thing too, is you would buy yourself some credit if you were fair about it. Call it out when it's like Black Christmas 2019. And when it's not that way and it's well measured and it's handled, you know, I hate to break it to everyone, but like, Black people and women have had like starring roles in movies and TV for like 60 years almost right now. So it's not a new thing. Everyone wants to act like it's a new thing. It's not a new thing. It's been happening for a while. So stop acting like it's so precious. And I can't watch those channels that just rip on everything, because I'm like, oh, you're trying to pre-suck the joy out of me. And then also I'm like, what the fuck are you creating other than content? Like, are you out there writing movies and making your own shit? Because if you're not, kindly shut the fuck up.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, Davey. It's like, what are you creating? What you're creating is a shitstorm on the internet, because that is your entire purpose in life. But you actually like it's annoying, man. And I don't give a shit where you come from. Like, if you are vehemently attacking anything on and assuming that something is on one side or the other, like Davey said, calling everybody a Nazi or calling everything woke. It's just like, that's just you telling me I'm too dumb to have an articulate conversation with you. That is just you saying buzzword.
That's what I was going to say. It's buzzword.
It's just like, get out of here.
I lack nuance. Just wear a shirt that says that. I lack nuance.
I can boil it down to you in 2 words. Or 2 reasons why a movie or a TV show sucks. And this is not just in the past, 5 years, that era. No, this is since movies started. Shit writing, shit characters. I don't care what show you don't like. Those 2 things will prevail over everything. And it's always been that way since movies have started. And now we've just created a buzzword and it's a currency. So I think that's a good way to tie that up. But it's shit writing, shit characters.
Yeah, and how many people didn't go see Thunderbolts because they thought it was going to be some like girl boss thing? And it's the best comic book movie we've gotten this year. Easy. Yeah. Like, I think easily for me, of course, that's my opinion, but
Wait,
I'm
just
like,
which one?
Thunderbolts. I'm just like,
I
give it a chance.
I didn't see it.
Like, I gave it a chance, and it hit me on an emotional way that like no comic book movie ever has. I shit you not.
Well, like, that movie had some heavy themes,
stuff.
And I think a lot of people like yourself, Davey, were going to resonate with it for sure.
Yeah,
which is good. The movie can do that. That's proper messaging, if you ask me.
And it had humor that didn't undercut the seriousness, and the action was still good. So you didn't have to sacrifice one for the other. But a lot of people didn't go see it because they see like, a bunch of women in the cast or whatever the hell they see, or, but I'm like, holy shit, I saw that movie 3 times in the theater. Love that shit.
Let's switch it over to another controversial topic.
Let's go.
Here we go.
This is the show where we lose everyone. This is the show,
this is it,
the
right
beginning
here.
of the end.
Or we gain everyone because we actually are the people that show nuance and can be fair. Because I think most people are like us. It's just no one's talking about it. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, even-minded people.
I guess unless you're living under a rock, the Jason universe has been fully, vocal lately with their projects. With Sweet Revenge. It's just weird. That's what it is. And now they're like Nick posted on X. Now they're propping, and I can share this tab. I can share this tab right here just to show you guys. Yeah, they're propping that. Jason Universe has announced a collaboration with U2's for the release of the Jason Voorhees vinyl collectible on August 26th. We don't have a full-length movie. Crystal Lake's not even out yet, but we're pushing toys. And by the way, guys, last I checked, Jason Voorhees has plenty of merchandise out there. He's had merchandise for the past, forever. And now we're acting like this is, oh my God, we can finally get something Jason related. So I don't, and I sound like I'm getting angry because it is annoying, but I just don't understand this marketing push. It feels really lazy to me. And I'm not even talking about Sweet Revenge, which I was fair to the movie, the short. You know what? Let's do that first. Let's segue into Sweet Revenge, and then we're going to jump back over to Larry Zerner. Okay, the Shelley, who is an actual lawyer. But let's quickly give our thoughts on Sweet Revenge. I'll start. I'll say, hell of a cool idea, in my opinion, what they were trying to do, which pissed me off even more because I want that movie. Can I have that movie where somebody actually comes out of Jason's lake and they happen to be undead? And why haven't we done this before? I mean, the closest we had was, Tina having the telekinesis powers, but that was pretty damn cool, actually. But there was just no character development at all. It was just an idea. Let's throw that idea like a hand grenade into the middle of a 13-minute something with characters that we to their benefit, to be fair, we haven't had time to really get to know any of them. They show up and then boom, they're dead. So it's a pointless endeavor. It feels like they're trying to I don't know, get people excited for merchandise. And I think it's so confusing because I can't remember a time where a franchise has taken this approach ever. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I mean, I'll pass it to you, Nick. How are you feeling about Sweet Revenge? And does it really even if you liked Sweet Revenge, are you still kind of like annoyed?
So I actually, I don't know, maybe you guys will be disappointed in me. I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm going to be honest.
Long.
That's insane.
Well, it's more on principle. For me personally, is just like, I know that this is simply just to rile up the fans, try to get Jason back into the conversation, try to make some money in the intermediary. It's hollow. And then furthermore, what I did catch of it, I did see some of it. I just wasn't a fan, man. I don't like the way Jason looks. I don't. God, how many fucking like apples are we? I mean, it was just like, I swear to God, dude. Like, it was so. We were talking about like bludgeoning you with something. Like, this is an Angry Orchard sponsored vignette. Yeah, no shit.
I'm surprised they didn't have Jason juggling apples at one point.
Honestly, seriously, but it's just so. I haven't been a fan of this whole Jason universe thing. I've made no bone or secret about that online, but to see what Vincent DeSantis said over the weekend about how he had talked to people after the premiere, I believe, and they had essentially told him, "Oh yeah, like we don't have a game like actually moving along right now. We don't have a movie actually moving along right now. These are just things that we hope for." And it's just like, I wish some people with bigger platforms than mine would actually like say it for what it is, because like this is bullshit. And there are certain fans that are like still choosing to be optimistic and choosing to be like, well, now hold on, guys, like we need to give them business of the doubt, give them time. No, you don't.
No,
because all they're doing to you is taking your money and wasting your time, because if you hooked them up to a fucking lie detector test, they would not be able to tell you the truth. Like, truthfully, yes, we have something coming. Like, we are making a movie. We're doing this. If they said that, they'd be lying, because there isn't actually anything in the works right now. But they know that Friday the 13th fans are so starved for Friday the 13th material that they will buy this shit, and they will retweet this shit, and they will and they'll make videos.
They're making money somehow.
Exactly.
That's what's going on.
It's keeping Jason relevant without actually trying to pay that off for the fans. And that's bullshit. So whatever, maybe people get mad at me. Like, Horror Inc., fuck you. Victor Miller, fuck you. Like, fuck all of you. Sean S. Cunningham is the one in that equation that actually had love for the franchise and the character of Jason and the fan base. And if had this not been a long-running fight that's now been split up into God knows what, even when people clarified, it's like, yeah, but still, really, do we fucking know? We don't know. But even that being the case, right now, it is essentially just like the fans are up shit creek without a paddle, and these rich motherfuckers do not care. So honestly, like, I don't care. I don't care. Announce your Funko Pops and announce your cans of Angry Orchard and announce this shit. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not buying it, because I can tell you on principle, if this shit happened to the Halloween franchise during that 9-year period between Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and Halloween 2018, I'd have been fucking pissed. And I'd have been making videos about how fucking pissed I was. But in that almost 10-year stretch, Lee, I know you remember it, being a diehard Halloween fan from the beginning. They were trying to get movies off the ground. There were scripts. They were about to start shooting multiple times on different movies. Like, they were actually trying. Jason Universe is not fucking trying, and I'm done.
They're not trying. And to have the balls to show up to Comic-Con.
No,
and they might as well have showed up with sweats on and shoes that light up in the back that said "wanna fuck," because there's nothing that they're showing. They don't have like a PowerPoint presentation.
No.
They don't have like at least what Marvel does is they have a timeline of this. We got this property coming out this month. 6 months later, we got this. They had nothing. All they had was, it's in the works.
Hold on.
Somehow Palpatine survived. That's all
exactly. There's somebody in the chat right now saying that like, oh, LOL, he's talking passionately about Jason, blah blah blah. No. I'm not even a diehard Friday the 13th fan.
This has nothing to do with
you. Don't know me, so I'll let you know that right from the jump.
Passionate about things that aren't important.
This is about treating the fans like
exactly. This
money.
is about the fan base. That's what this is about. I am frustrated for people like my friend Christian, who adores Jason and Friday the 13th and keeps getting bent over a barrel by these motherfuckers that don't give a shit about him. That's what I'm upset about, because I care about the people that love this character and this franchise. And I'm sick and tired of us thinking that we are beholden to them, because we're not. If we don't give them money, they don't make shit and they go away. So,
And the title of this clip will be called "The Gloves Are Off." So.
And YouTube is where we get passionate about things that don't matter or aren't important, or rather relatively inconsequential. So seeking God's will. I don't know. You came to the wrong place if you don't want to hear people talk passionately about nerdy shit.
Yeah, right.
Guys, what we're doing here. We should have all just answered the question when Lee proposed it. We should have just been like, nah, whatever. All right, next topic, guys. So today,
gripping cinema. Yeah, I mean, the Jason universe is one of those things where it's like, I feel like I'm like right in the middle on this sweet revenge thing. I'm like, whatever. It's not like, if this is all we get, if that's all we get until we get a movie or whatever, then it's completely pointless, because it ends on this, like, there's no resolution. So if we don't get another follow-up and we don't get some sort of like real answer or an actual showdown between Eve and Jason, then it's like,
there's no showdown. They just
So
guess what you could have seen, but we were too fucking lazy to give it to you.
And they found a way. They found a way to make a guy that's 6'6" look small. Because they
achieved a goal that I didn't think was achievable. Making a monster-looking motherfucker look like I don't know,
like he's built like me. Like he's built like me.
Yeah. He looks scrawny armed, and it's just because that mask, even when Vin was wearing the mask on his post on Instagram, it goes well past his hair. And this mask is so big that the toy that you showed up, or that you showed on the screen, Lee, I wanted to pull out a Jaws line and be like, those proportions are correct. Because that's exactly how Jason looks in this friggin' movie. And there's like one good gore shot that I liked. and I thought the music was trying its best to do the Harry Manfredini thing, which I got some pleasure out of the music there. But yeah, this is just rotten to the core. And yes, that's an Apple pun, because this is just I don't understand it. I'm a big, like, Jason is my number 2. Michael's my boy. Jason's easily my number 2. I love the Friday the 13th franchise. Over the last couple years, I've become friends with Vincent DeSanti. Like, my brother worked on Never Hike Alone 2. I set them up together. I've worked at booths with Vin and gotten to interview him, and I've gotten to know the guy. And I'm like, look, I don't stand to benefit from propping him or Womp Stomp Films up. I just genuinely do it because I believe in what he does, the ideas that he shared with me in our personal conversations that I haven't heard him talk about in public. Like, the guy, you could have given Vin $1 million and he would have made a way better commercial. Yeah. He gave me his idea for his commercial, and I was like, that sounds awesome. Maybe it wouldn't be 13 minutes long. Let's stop obsessing over everything being 13, the holes in the mask, the length of the whatever. Just make something good. That's never been a thing before. The 13s, they've never been like, oh, all the runtime of the movies has to be divisible by 13. Like, stop it. You guys, your eyes are not on the prize. Your eyes are on a bunch of bullshit and tchotchkes and stuff that no one ever asked for. And I get it. It belongs to them. It's their baby now. You don't need to hand over the keys to Vin, although I would totally take that. But he is a very valuable asset. He is like he knows what we want collectively as fans. Maybe not every individual fan, but he's got his ear to the ground of what we all want, these people in the chat. And he would be able to translate that in a way where if they could just use some of his ideas, get his perspective on things, just let him in the room, allow him to be a creative consultant or a producer, whatever the heck you want to call it. Like, he could be so valuable to these people, and they refuse to do it. And I don't know if it's sour grapes or whatever the hell it is, sour apples. But it just blows my mind. And then it cracks me up because I do see people in the comments that are like, Vincent DeSanti's such a crying little baby. He's never going to get a movie because he makes shit movies. And I'm like, dude. I
was just going to say, Never Hike Alone 2 is my opinion, Never Hike Alone 2 is a bona fide Friday the 13th movie with Tom Matthews. But I think that movie is probably better than a lot of the Friday the 13th movies. And I know that's a tall order for some people, but I just think that's the quality of a filmmaker that he is. So,
Davey said that this is their baby now, and I just want to simply say, yeah, and I'm a parent. You're not supposed to shake your fucking baby, okay? Because that's what they're doing. They're shaking the fucking baby, and it's like, no, stop.
Yeah, they
nothing
don't.
Against Mike P. Nelson, I mean, he's a director. He's getting a job. He's getting a paycheck. I understand that. It's the parent, the people that own the property that are just pissing it away. That's what they're really giving it a bad name. If I'm being honest,
And if they really don't, if what Vin said is like, I trust him, but if he really found out that they don't have any plans for a movie or whatever, then they straight up lied at Comic-Con because they said that it's in the works. So
as soon as they said that, though, I was like, bullshit.
Same, man. I got shit for it because I talked about it the next day on my YouTube channel. I made a video and there were some people like, well, you don't know, like, you can't assume. And I'm like, it just seems so disingenuous. Like, it was so vague and so like,
it's Comic-Con. That's where you want to unload all your goodies. Like, okay, I have an actual date. We are in pre-production right now. Here's an actor for you. Here's an actual like storyboard that we got planned. Nothing, zero, nada.
They couldn't even bring a screen used mask. They brought that weird.
Oh my god, they brought like
clean looking mask.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell? Did you guys just carve this out of like a piece of wood, like right before it? What the hell is this? It didn't look like the mask that was in the short at all. It was that was bizarre.
Oh, bullshit, all of it.
Yeah. And again, just to bring it back to Halloween, because we always talk about Halloween and we did a little bit earlier. Thank fuck that Malik Akkad is like the absolute antithesis of these people. Like, I wake up every day and I'm like, I'm just so happy that guy cares about the fans. And yeah, you can say that he sees the money that he can make and all that stuff. Well, that's all well and good. They're making money off us either way. they could at least appreciate us, at least look at me when you're gonna F me, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just look me in the eye.
What does Cartman say? Put some lipstick on me because I like to look pretty when I get fucked. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like with the Jason Universe people, you're F'd in the A with no L, and the L could be lube or love. Either one hurts.
Okay, switching it over to Shelley, Larry Zerner, attorney, because I saw a lot of people posting this because it is kind of a clusterfuck in terms of the rights, but it's not as much of a clusterfuck as you might think it is. So you got Larry Zerner here saying, no, to my knowledge, all the rights are now jointly owned by Jason Universe, with the exception of the Friday the 13th title, which is owned by New Line. Sean is not involved. It's the Barsemians. So I'm thinking Sean sold the rights to the Barsemians and Victor Miller and Victor's lawyer. So yeah, that's not that this matters because, you know, the Jason Universe, they own the brunt of this whole thing. They're the ones with the power to make a movie, and all they got to do is not use the title Friday the 13th or come to an agreement for Friday the 13th. But we're not at nothing. There's no pre-production, you know. They're just kind of, I don't know. You know what? I hope they see this. I really do. And I mean that in a positive manner because, you know, we've all made mistakes. We've all dropped the baby. We've all fucked up. But you get back up and, you know, you see something like this and you say to yourself, you know what? Fuck it. Today's a new day.
I never dropped.
Here's a new Jason movie. Let's get this fucker going. Pick up the phone. Call who you got to call. But put it in motion, man. Put it in motion. And maybe they are. I hope to God they are. But they're not looking good right now.
They're not. Yeah. They're fucking not. And you said it. I hope they're watching this. And I gave the middle finger to the fucking camera. And I want them to see it. And they're gonna be like, nobody gives a shit about you. You're a nobody. You're right. In the grand scheme of things, I am a nobody. But guess what? So are you, motherfuckers. Or you will be soon. So long as you keep this shit going. Because eventually everyone's gonna wise up to it. No one's gonna buy your stupid fucking butt plugs or whatever the fuck the next thing is that you're rolling out. This is bullshit, man.
And by the way, guys, if you don't know Nick is like the fairest guy I know. He's not the guy that says, okay, now I'm going to explode for clicks. No.
I'm not cynical. I'm not cynical. Like I'm
not at all.
And
genuinely passionate.
You know, and it's that this whole thing with the rights, I talked about this last night. You know, because I cover the news as it comes out, and I clip out the section when I cover the news on the channel. So I clipped out this news story and I posted it there on Twitter, and I tagged Larry Zerner. I tagged at Real Sean Hunt, who's the guy that made the graphic. He makes a bunch of really funny shit on Twitter. And I tagged the Jason Universe in the picture just in hopes that they, you know, it's just like, hey, just so you guys know, people are wondering about this stuff and trying to get some clarification. It seems like Larry's trying to provide the most clarification he can. But yeah, I think we're going to be years down the road before we really know what's going on. Now, last week, there was a news story that I covered on Bloody Disgusting that essentially it confirmed that the Jason Universe people and A24 Peacock are going to play nice with each other. So they, you know, it sounds like we're going to go from the Crystal Lake TV show and move into adult Jason, and that they're going to allow each other to sort of use one another's, or, you know, play in the same sandbox, essentially. At least right now, that's what they're saying. But yes, it's not very clear when the rights are split up. It is, yeah, I mean, it all remains to be seen.
Just shoot me in the fucking face. Do you guys remember that fucking that moment from The Wedding Singer? Like, it's just like, somebody kill me, please. Like, and I'm not even a diehard Friday the 13th fan at all. And I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. Lee and Davey, you guys have my word. If this stuff starts to happen with the Halloween franchise, I'm done. I'm selling all my Halloween shit. I'm done.
Well, and I don't think it ever will. And I think the shame of it all is that Jason it's even more simple than something like Halloween. I think it's easier to get right. So I think that's what makes it so frustrating. Correct me if I'm wrong. Out of the big three, I think Jason is the easiest plug and play. You know, the 5 things you got to do in one of those movies to make it make sense. You don't need to worry about the lore too much. The look is like, there have been multiple looks of Jason, and most of them have worked really well, even though they don't have to completely match movie to movie, and you can't say the same for Freddy and for Michael. I think that it's more complicated with those characters.
Yeah, I would say the reason we haven't gotten a new Nightmare movie is the Craven Estate, which that was recently just settled, as you know, Christian told me, and I've talked about the New Line that they won that. So, but the reason there hasn't been a new movie there is it's really hard to get that off the ground, because like that's got to be a daunting task. They tried it one time, and while it was a financial success, everyone hated it, like save for me and Lee. Like we were the only two people that like didn't hate it in the world. Everybody else hated it. And it's like, so I can't blame them for being like, dude, I don't know if we should ever do this again. Like I get that. But and then with Halloween, Malik Akkad is taking calls every week. Sean Clark told me and Christian that. He's like, dude, he's taking business meetings all the time about Halloween. And Malik's like stance right now is very basically, let's give it some time, let it breathe. Like we'll come back to it, let it breathe. So like I mean, like I appreciate that. You called the last one Halloween Ends, love or hate it, give us some fucking room. Jesus Christ. Like Halloween Ends, and then the next year Halloween Returns. Like no.
The last thing I'll say about the whole Jason Universe situation is I think the smart play is you already have something, at least Friday the 13th related, in motion. You have Crystal Lake, you have it shooting. So why not just kind of get behind that, promote that, and not really say, even if you're thinking about doing a Jason movie, don't mention it, because you already have something. And usually you don't want to have too many irons in the fire because you're going to make less money. So why not just constantly push this new Crystal Lake show? And maybe it's going to intertwine with a movie that you're doing. So, yeah, I think it's just a weird, strange strategy that they're doing. And I don't know. I'm just kind of confused by the whole thing. Let's jump over to this real quick.
Real quick, Lee. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Brett from Chills and Thrills. He sent in a super chat. He's wondering if they ever made a Michael Myers commercial, what would we want to see Michael Myers selling? Ginsu knives or something fun like that.
What movie would Michael Myers do? See, it puts a bad taste in your mouth anyway when you see a character in the middle of a very emotional scene, or say like you got Laurie Strode running from Michael Myers and she, like, I don't know, grabs a freaking Sprite along the way and throws it at him or something like that. Product placement always kind of annoys me, because movies are an emotional medium and you're supposed to be fully locked into what's going on. And anytime you see, you know, a Pepsi ad or something like that, or, you know, Angry Orchard, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm not against product placement if it's strategically
home security
done. But
no, I mean, if we're being honest here, I think that Jason's commercial should have been like a contraceptive, like condoms or something like that.
Yeah.
And Michael's should have been beer, because of, you know, go get me another beer, you know, like that's the iconic moment from the first movie. Like it could be Michael Myers, you know, with hawking some beer, and Jason should have been hawking some Magnums or something. Like, I don't know, like let's at least keep in line with what these franchises are known for.
Magnums with a hockey mask on the tip.
Hell yeah.
You could do like a funny, and I know Malik would never do this because he told me personally at age 45 that they reached out, you know, about a Dr. Pepper ad and they wanted to make it a funny ad with Michael Myers, and he told them, fuck no.
Yeah.
They don't make a joke out of Michael, but if you did you could do a funny home security thing where you know,
just
Michael's like stalking and like looking through the windows, and actually have him sort of like look ashamed and downtrodden and walking away from the homes, you know.
David just said, you don't make a joke out of Michael, and someone's gonna say in the chat, they fucking did in Halloween Ends. You open the door. You open the door.
And that is fair. That is absolutely fair. Maybe not a Dr. Pepper commercial style joke, but yeah, no, they push it. Resurrection. I almost forget about that movie from time to time.
Let's jump over to Scream 7. And I don't think there's been an official announcement that shooting has wrapped, because I saw like
Kevin Williamson posted on Instagram a couple weeks ago that it had wrapped. It's wrapped.
It has wrapped. Okay, good. I was looking all over for it because I wanted to show it on here, but so yeah, I believe Nick. So he says it's wrapped, but it makes sense too, because usually these slasher movies, they take like maybe 6 weeks to maybe 2 months, 3 months if it's like really ambitious. But They started shooting this when in January, I think. So yeah,
January, February, yeah.
yeah, so it would have had to have wrapped.
Mhm.
Okay? So, what are you guys thinking as far as like a trailer? Like, or I got a feeling we're going. I think it's suspiciously quiet right now, and I think we're going to see a trailer. I think we're sooner than later. I really do because it comes out in February. Go ahead, Nick.
I have always felt like this. I'm not. This is no like knowledge, but I'm just guessing that I feel like we're going to see our first trailer for this probably attached to the Black Phone.
Mhm.
Probably because that's a
Mid-October.
mid-October. Yep, and
Yeah, that makes
they're
sense.
gonna. Yeah, they're really going to want to start the marketing juices in Halloween season, and it comes out in
Mhm.
February. So I'm going to say Black Phone 2. Now, that means it'll be out on the internet a couple days before that, probably, but it'll be attached to the Black Phone 2, I think.
Yeah,
Davey, how
that's
are
what
you
I'm.
feeling about that? Are you? I don't know if I've ever asked Davey this. How big of a Scream fan are you?
I really dig it. I think I
Yeah.
probably even enjoy it more than Nightmare,
Wow.
as a franchise, just because I really love the first 4 movies a lot in that franchise.
Well, I think it
Uh,
definitely has more. It's a more consistent franchise, I think, than Nightmare.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's the thing for me too. And yeah, I think the same thing. It just makes sense to me that they would put it out. Yeah, spooky season, we get a teaser.
Yeah.
A lot of the early Scream movies came out in December, and that's
Mhm.
2 months before the movie comes out. So I think we're gonna get a full trailer like right around that Silent Night, Deadly Night's coming out like the 12th of December. So sometime right around there, I would imagine we'll get a full trailer. That way we're talking about it through the holiday season, and then boom, the movie hits in February. That makes sense. Put one out, 2 months later, put out another one, 2 months later, movie comes out.
I can't wait to be talking about Rowan Campbell being the killer in another
Dude.
iconic horror franchise. I can't fucking wait.
Oh,
The closer
love
we
Rowan
get to
Campbell.
the release date, the more excited I get. And I gotta say,
Yeah.
I think this movie is going to be fucking huge. I really do, just because of the change in guard. Nev
Mhm.
Campbell is back, like front and center back. Her daughter is in the movie, but I do think that they're going to prop Nev Campbell up to have a bigger role than she's had in the past couple of movies that she's been in. So I don't know, man. I have a feeling, because I think marketing wise, they're very smart. Like I said, they're not. You don't see them poking their head up. Hey, Scream 7. You see like YouTubers talking Scream 7 daily, but you don't really see the spyglass and the actors and all that. I think they're being quiet enough. So that way, when this trailer comes out, I do think it's going to be like, I think horror trailer wise, it might break records. I think this trailer, if they can nail this trailer, I think Scream 7 could just be fucking through the roof.
I also think that people aren't taking into consideration that, like, not only is this a well-established, long-running franchise with the leading lady back as the star, so that's already a bonus, and it's going to do numbers for that. But for every person that's going to be wasting their time #boycotting this movie on social media, you're talking about it. Therefore, you're getting more people.
Yeah, you're talking about it.
So
don't talk about it. Don't give it power.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, I think Scream 7 is going to be huge. And
Huge.
I can also tell you, just from what I've heard, I know you guys are probably familiar with Critical Overlord. I've been buddies with him for a while. We were talking a couple weeks ago, and he was like, the buzz internally is that they're really happy with this. And that's why they've kind of been keeping things as under lock and key as possible. Now people are like, well, they announced all these casting announcements. That was intentional. Like they're clearly trying to mislead people here. And I think that it worked, because how viral did those posts of Matthew Lillard coming back go? They went viral. So like
they knew it was going to get out there anyway. So they just did it to be the ones to get ahead of it. It's smart.
Yeah. It's going to be big. This movie really is going to be big. And I think it's going to hopefully finally shut those people the fuck up in February. Like they'll finally just be like, all right, we got to find something else to cancel now. Like,
Critical Overlord, he lives here in Florida. We message each other on X quite a bit, actually, because he goes to the Tampa screenings. I go to the Orlando screenings. And so he'll message me and say, hey, are you guys getting, the new Conjuring movie over in Orlando? And I'll message him and say, hey, are you getting, the new Scream movie? So yeah, we've been friends for quite a while, and I get a lot of scoops from him, and he gets scoops from me, because we figure out, hey, because a lot of people think screenings happen everywhere. They don't. And more times than not, and by the way, I just found out from one of my screening buddies today in Orlando. I don't know if I can say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. In Orlando, we're not getting a screening for The Conjuring, the new Conjuring movie, but they are getting a screening for it over in, I believe, Tampa and Miami. So it's kind of weird how they do that. I don't know why they do it that way, but
Orlando's a pretty big city. That's ridiculous.
But there's been so many times, and it depends on the studio too. Like for some reason, we get screwed by Warner Brothers more than any other studio in Orlando. They seem to favor Tampa and they seem to favor Miami. And we can't even, like, say if I wanted to go down to Miami or go over to Tampa and watch these movies, sometimes I can. I just got to, email somebody and say, yeah, we'll save a spot for you. But, sometimes they're like, no, we don't have a spot. So you pretty much, you're shit out of luck. And then we can't go to advanced screenings. That's something unique about being a press. They will not let us go to advanced screenings. So it's kind of but we get to go to press screenings, which is nice. But Scream's gonna be freaking huge. I think the final act, I'm gonna call it right now, and I'm just guessing, but I think they're finally gonna get a good final act that's not like mega Scooby-Doo land,
Well, I think also just based off of the rumors of how they're gonna integrate this returning cast. Because a lot of people are like, is Stu alive? Guys, come on, let's be real. He's not. As much as I'm a Stuther, he's not. Based off of what's prevalent in today's world, I definitely believe the rumors that it's AI FaceTime calls and stuff like that, which is going to be used to fuck with these people and make them think certain people are still alive. And I think that's going to be a plot point in the movie. But I think that being what they're going for here is going to make the reveal potentially really fucking unexpected, because you're going to be throwing all of the characters and potentially the audience for a loop. And then you're going to be like, but it was actually this person doing all of this. Like, I think that's because, like, look at the announcements, guy, whether we are Stuthers or not, Roman Bridger is fucking dead. Like, capital D. We know he's dead. Well, he's back. How the fuck is he back?
Yeah.
These guys are not back in the flesh as much as I wish they were. I mean, they are because they shot new stuff, but it's clearly going to be AI shit. Like, I just know it is.
It's either going to be AI or it is going to be like the way Halloween Kills did the 78 scene. It's going to be something from previous to the events of the first film, and they're going to de-age them. It's going to be one of those two things. I'm right there with Brooke. I think it's going to be, because they've already announced that Scream 8 is going into
Please give us a cliffhanger ending for once.
So
please.
I think it'll be a cliffhanger ending. And then I wanted to address Rob28 in the chat says, are we worried about Kevin directing this? It could be a great thing or a horrible thing. I am not worried. I'm actually very enthused that Kevin Williamson is directing this. I think it also means that even if he doesn't take a writing credit, I think he will go over that story and make sure that everything jives with his vision and what he wants the movie to be, since Scream is his baby. Yes, Wes, directed it and everything like that, but it is Kevin's creation. So I'm pumped that Kevin's coming back. I think this is going to be the best Scream movie since the fourth one, which I really love. That's my second favorite in the franchise. So I'm jazzed.
I said going into Scream 6, I wanted to see a third act where Ghostface wasn't revealed. Ghostface gets away, and because I think that especially we've all been talking. It was mentioned just, I think, by Davey just a few minutes ago that, like, we know that Scream 8 is already ramping up pre-production. Like, this is already something that's been essentially given the green light without, them coming out and saying, hey, we're doing it. If that's the case, we know we're getting another one. I mean, wouldn't it be fucking great to not have the reveal in this movie? Like, I actually would love
cliffhanger ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Partial reveal if there's more than one killer, maybe, you know what I mean? Just some sort of open-ended, like a 2-part story would be great. And then after you do Scream 8, yeah,
that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard.
We can hope. I mean, it's
very difficult to do.
Order. Very tall. I just thought of a question for you guys and the chat. Okay, just came to me right now. What franchise are you the hardest on? Because my answer is Scream. For some reason, I don't know if it's maybe I expect more from Scream. I don't know what it is, but I tend to be the hardest on this franchise. Every time a new movie comes out, I'm calling it right now, I think Scream 7 is going to disappoint me. And it's probably going to be a good movie, but I don't know. Like, I remember when I came out of Scream 6, I was so fucking bent out of shape and disappointed with some of the decisions in that movie. And I think it's because I want them to like really just send it home, get it right, give us the perfect final act. I want them to give us what they gave us in the first movie. I think that's what I'm looking for. Or the second movie. The second movie sometimes is my favorite movie of the franchise. So I think some people, the franchise that they are the hardest on, and I'm seeing some answers in here now. Ollie Girl says Halloween. Seeking God's Will says Star Wars. Kevin Munn says Elm Street and Evil Dead. It's a good tie. It's a good question. Because maybe you don't think about this, but I guarantee you there's a franchise that you guys are probably the hardest on.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Davey. Davey, you got an answer for me. I can feel it. I can see it in those pretty eyes. Go ahead. Tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I get what Allie's saying because Allie, I'm a huge, like, Halloween's my favorite, but I love so many of those movies so much. I think I'm probably, and I'm just, being fair, I think I'm hardest on Elm Street. It's my third favorite in the big three, and I think I'm hardest on it because there's not many movies in the franchise, and I think most of them are not most of them, but I think about half of them are bad. Like, I really love the first one.
No, I understand that answer.
Like
sure.
1, 3, I love Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and I really love Part 4. Part 4 has been winning me over the last couple times I've watched that series. Those are the 4 that I really love, and the rest of them I could kind of take or leave. I used to really love Freddy's Revenge, and I've super cooled off on that one.
Really?
Jesse, just every scene, Jesse is like, "What's happening to me?" And I'm like, "Dude, you just did this." Although Freddy is great when Freddy's on screen in Freddy's Revenge, it's fucking awesome. But I just think that when people love, like, and it's no shade to anyone that loves Freddy, I'm just like, I get it because him like Chucky, they're such like fun vocal characters. They have so much personality. I get why people like them, but I'm also like, man, the bad movies are like really bad. Like, I would watch. And Nick, I know you're a big Halloween 5 fan. I would watch Halloween 5, and it's not even my least favorite. Resurrection, okay. I'd probably rather watch a shitty Freddy movie than Resurrection, but I'd gladly watch Halloween 5 over like half of those Nightmare movies.
No, I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
And that's because Halloween 5 fucking rules, but I get it.
The funny thing is,
yes, you're right, Nick. You are right.
The last 2 Nightmare movies, I really dug. I like the remake, and I know that's going to piss some people off and get tomatoes thrown at me, but
I'm out. No.
And then I like Freddy's. I like Freddy versus Jason. I think they're both but I get why a lot of people were disappointed in maybe both those movies, but especially the remake. So if they gave us another Nightmare movie, I'd still be highly skeptical because more than likely we're not going to have Robert Englund back, and I think it is a tough nut to crack. To get Nightmare right. It can go off the rails, and not in a good way sometimes. So I don't know.
People are very precious about A Nightmare on Elm Street because they had Robert for so long. Mm-hmm. And that's like one of those things that's like, guys, we just need to realize that like mortality is real. Mm-hmm. Just get over it. Let somebody else play Freddy. It'll be okay. Story's got to be good.
Is Nick hard on a franchise? Let's.
Oh yeah, no, yes.
You think I don't think he's got an answer. I don't really think he's got an answer.
He's fidgeting.
I'm looking at his face right now. He's fidgeting. He's kind of dreading it right now, and I'm kind of.
So this is hard.
All right, let's see what it says.
I say this, and then at the same time, it's like, okay, in some ways, I am with Halloween. And some might go, well, that's not true because you love Halloween 5. But it is.
You love everything.
Because at the same time, at the same time, Halloween 2, 1981, I've caught a lot of shit for nitpicking that movie. I've caught a lot of shit for not being a big fan of 2018. Like, there's just, I would say, as much as I'm forgiving with some of the Halloween movies, I think some of that forgiving nature is personally just the nostalgia. Like, I love Halloween 5 so much. One, because it was the first one I ever saw. Like, it started all of it for me. So that it's just like so many like warm memories attached to that movie. But also, I've come to appreciate the weirdness of that movie. It is weird. Like, it's different. And I kind of love that about it. But at the same time, I've been known to nitpick some things in the Halloween franchise. And one of my favorite things is when I'm doing some of these videos I've been doing and get comments of, I had a comment the other day from somebody I'd never seen. He probably just found me and was like, dude, I just got to say, like, your shit. And like, I appreciate that. And watching this video, and I'm like, dude, Halloween is my thing. Like, I could dissect every one of these movies and I can tell you my viewpoint on certain things and stuff like that. But like, so in a way, I feel like it is Halloween, but I would also say Scream, because Scream 4, like Lee said, I think I expect more from Scream sometimes than some of these other franchises. And like Scream 4 is a fan favorite for a lot of the Scream fans, and it's my least favorite. And I nitpick things. Is it a bad movie? No. I just like find things. I'm like, yeah, but if they would have tweaked this, like it's like almost like I need to stand in the mirror every now and then and be like, dude, lighten the fuck up. Like, but
dude,
it's
the
like,
yellow lighting pisses me off when I watch Scream.
I
get
know,
so annoyed by it.
Same, but it's like it's one of those things where it's like I think Scream is one of them, and then outside of horror, one that for a while, at least while it was a thing, was the Daniel Craig Bond movies. Those 5 Bond movies, I went into those things with like, I would really, because Casino Royale and Skyfall are 2 of the greatest action movies I've ever seen, like bar none, period. So like when you start that era off with Casino Royale, I am going to be holding everything to that fucking standard. And that's not fair. And like, so Quantum of Solace comes and I'm like, I mean, it's a fun action movie, but like, God, it pales in comparison to Casino Royale. Yeah. And then Skyfall comes out and you're like, oh my God, they did it again. They made another casino. And then Spectre comes out and I'm like, God damn it. Like, it's good, but like, it's not Skyfall. And then we have years apart from it. And then No Time to Die comes out and I go, you know what? No Time to Die, that was a step up from Spectre. I'd say it's right in the middle of the Craig era. Nothing touches Casino and Skyfall, but right after that's No Time to Die. So that was a franchise, not the Bond series as a whole, but Craig's era in that was definitely one that I would nitpick, and I held to a high standard.
That was a fun question. Let's switch over to 2025. We are past the midway point of 2025. It's insane how fast this year's flying by. And I think it's a good time for us to maybe each give like 3 of our favorite movies of the year. Would you guys agree with that? You think 3 is a good number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Favorite movies overall? Horror? What are we talking?
You know what? I was thinking about this. I'll let you know. Go ahead and just give your favorites. Even though I'm looking at mine right now, and my like top 5 are all 6, 7.
I need to
8.
go to my Letterboxd.
Okay,
and see what
my
I
top.
yeah,
my top 8 are horror. So what does that say about me? I don't know. By the way, too, guys, I don't know how you're. Maybe we'll do like a weekly troll minute because we all get those zingers, and I've been like this one. There's a couple of my trolls, for some reason, they get mad when I like stuff. I don't know what it is, but it's like if I like a new movie,
because you're paid off.
Like everything. You're a fucking shill. How do you like this? Yeah. Like
money in your pocket. What are you doing? You'd be wrong to say no to that.
Yeah, they call me names and they say I'm a shill and they say my channel's dying and they say, dude, no wonder you lost subscribers. And
you're on the verge of 64,000. Guys, give it up for our guy Lee.
I don't. Right. I don't. It's been gradual, but
he fell off. Fuck you, Lee.
Funny enough, because sometimes you go looking into like this troll, like who is this guy? And funny enough, one of the guys that like he trolls me, he like religiously watches every video and gives me a shit comment, and he's the bane of my existence.
He
makes you money. He is making you money every time. It's just like thank you.
I'm gonna make you guys laugh your ass off, okay? His channel is about meditation and positive thinking.
Fuck me.
It's always those people that are narcissists.
I could not believe it, dude.
Narcissists. My ex was the same way. She was all like yoga and positive vibes, and I told her when everything was going down, I was like, you preach all this stuff and you do your yoga everywhere you go, every workplace you go, and then when you're around my family, you are like this dark cloud of negativity.
Sometimes, I like to
hell?
think that maybe before me, he was like all Zen-like and all positive thinking, and maybe
you ruined him.
I broke him.
he is the anti-Davey. You made me want to start a channel, Lee. Yeah. This guy, you're just driving this guy crazy.
Yeah. So, George, he says, "What's up, George?" He says, "Have you seen Good Boy?" Hey, we were just talking about that earlier. Not on the stream, but amongst us. It's a ghost story told entirely from a dog's point of view. I saw it at a film festival last week and thought it worked well. I still haven't watched the trailer yet. Have you guys watched the trailer yet?
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah. I didn't know if we were going to try to watch it here on the show, but I'm really looking forward to this because I love just different ideas. And
Okay.
you know, I'm a big like haunted house kind of slow burn kind of guy too. So
really quick before we get into that, because I don't want to get derailed too much. I'll just say my top 3 of the year are Superman at number 3. Number 2 is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. That submarine sequence is one of the most insane sequences ever put to film. Like I just pulse pounding.
Yeah, that's
shit,
insane.
Dude. Like it was. Everybody watched the trailers. Like, oh, the biplane shit's gonna be the best. No. It was the submarine sequence.
Yeah, that was the best.
He gives you a roller coaster. He really does.
That was the best.
And then number 1 is Sinners. Sinners is my favorite horror movie since X.
Yeah. Top 3 for me. I'm gonna go Thunderbolts, Sinners together. Those are my top 3 of the year so far.
Okay, mine are, and I want the chat. Give me your top 3. Okay, mine are right now. Number 1 is Weapons. Number 2 is Sinners, and number 3 is Dangerous Animals. I love
that. Was fun.
You give me a good shark movie. It's pretty easy to win me over, you know, and that was unique. That was refreshing. So I actually have Red Rooms as number 2, but Red Rooms technically didn't come out this year. But the way I do my letterbox is if it's a newer movie that I just didn't catch and I want to put it somewhere on a list. And so I put Red Rooms. So technically Red Rooms would be number 2 if it came out this year. Have you guys seen Red Rooms?
I haven't.
No.
Phenomenal film. It's a foreign film, but it's easy to follow. I think, you know, because some people don't like subtitles too much, but this one's one of those movies where it's not super dialogue heavy. It's more of a visual feast. And foreign films just always give you something extra, I think. So if you guys haven't seen Red Rooms, I would highly check it out for sure. So
all right.
Let's see if the chat. Okay, let's go. Let's see. I saw Chris's list here. Sinners, The Monkey, Freaky Tales. I haven't seen Weapons yet, but I'm betting it will be there when Weapons is.
Somebody said in the chat, no love for Final Destination. I mean, I liked Bloodlines.
It's good.
But I mean, when you're comparing it to movies like Sinners, it's just like no fucking way are they in the same ballpark. They're just not.
You know, I'll go ahead, since we gave our top 3, I'll go ahead and I'll show you my list on the screen right now. Let me get rid of this.
And Chris, if I made that bet, I would have lost money to myself because I wanted to really love Weapons, and it was just okay for me.
Let's see, where do I have Final Destination?
I liked Final Destination more than Weapons because it knows what it is. It hit the mark that it was trying to hit. Weapons, I was like, oh fuck.
Did I? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So Final Destinations is pretty up there. It's number, what is that? 14? Yeah. Let me see. Let me go to the last movie that I liked.
Why did so many people fucking hate Hard Eyes? I thought it was fine. Like,
dude, I love Hard Eyes.
I had fun with it.
I saw people on fucking like Zitter or whatever you want to call it these days, like shitting on Hard Eyes, and I'm like, I thought it was fine. Like, I mean, I didn't love it, but like, why are people saying like this is the worst? I'm like, what?
I think
go ahead, baby.
People just don't understand that certain movies are trying to hit a certain mark. So it's like if you go into Hard Eyes and you think that it's going to be like that, it's going to be a 1-to-1 of Scream or something like that. Like, no, it is not trying to do that. It has the whodunit revenge element, but that movie does not take itself too seriously. No. And I think the sequel could be better because I think a final reveal could be better, and I want to see those eyes lit up more in the sequel. But I think it's the best Valentine's Day horror movie other than the original My Bloody Valentine. So it's number 2, right?
I would say this year, and at a certain point of this year, I was saying to myself, maybe 2025 is not that strong horror-wise, because 2024, in my opinion, was freaking stellar. But I'm looking at this list right now, and Ash is way down there to like number 20. And you know what, guys? I loved Ash. Yeah. So that should tell you how strong of a year it is for horror. And I'm not even done with movies that I liked. There's quite The Gorge is really good. You know, I think it's been a strong year overall.
I think it's been a strong year, but I think specifically it's been a strong year because it's been very top heavy. I think the ones that have been really good have been really fucking good. And so
I agree.
I think when you have like a handful of great movies and a sea of decent ones, it makes a year look a lot better. And because I was thinking about this the other day too, and I was like, well, there haven't been, 15 great horror movies this year, but have there been 15 good ones and maybe 5 or 6 great ones? Yeah, probably. And like, how many years can you say in recent years, especially, you can look at year's end and go, dude, there was 10 great horror movies last year. Not many years. So like, yeah.
And we're not even done yet. I mean, I think Black Phone 2 looks really interesting. I'm very much looking forward to Silent Night, Deadly Night. I love Rowan Campbell. I love Halloween Ends, and I'm interested to see him as Billy.
We still got some good ones on the way, I think.
Yeah. Good Boy. Like, I am looking forward to that one for sure.
And here's another one that I'm really looking forward to, since I'll go ahead and pull it up here. Keeper. There is we're gonna wrap this up real soon, guys, but we'll look at this trailer real quick because I am curious about this. Keeper teaser trailer. This is a new trailer that just dropped today, I think. Love story gets twisted. Osgood freaking Perkins, man, that guy, he has been just killing it. I'm not gonna read all this. We're just gonna watch the teaser, okay? But because I know Keeper, I think it's a really fucked up tale about the differences between men and women, something like that. But I think they're keeping the actual plot close to the vest.
Dude, the marketing for Neon is like unreal.
So
unreal.
Yeah. So let's watch this trailer real quick. Here we go.
I don't wanna play in your yard.
Why does it always have to end? Is there any way to keep love alive?
No.
Do I even know this man? Is it his face I see when I close my eyes? Or only a mask that he's wearing? Always there, looking back at me. I think he's a keeper.
I'm in.
You'll be sorry when you see me.
Why does it always have to end? Is there any way to keep love alive? Please. Do I even know this woman? Is it her face I see when I close my eyes? Or only a mask that she's wearing? Always there, looking back at me. I think she's a keeper.
Wow. Dude.
Oz Perkins is a friggin' master, man.
Master.
He's got me. He's got me as the visuals, the storytelling, and the placement of the camera. And I know that some of the credits got to go to the DP, but I would imagine that some of it, that it's a collaborative effort, because his movies just have this striking look, the way that they're shot, and the way, like, I don't know. And I love the whole play on like the way that people look at relationships and the way possessiveness can be, and just like I mean, especially with everything I've gone through. Nick, maybe you can attest to this. The whole like mask coming off kind of thing, you know, like wondering if you've really found that person or not. And I guess maybe people always sort of wonder that, you know, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then you move in with them and you're like, oh, fuck.
Oh,
no,
fuck.
I didn't.
It's not like I don't want to believe. I want to believe in love, guys. I really
know.
do, but it's getting
It's out
tougher
there.
and tougher.
Yeah.
We talked about this before, but I'll say it again. I think I'm finding out something about myself, and I love this current age in like artistic, dark horror. I've noticed too, like in my comments, there's like a certain audience, they don't like this stuff. Like you know, they're kind of stuck in a certain type of horror movie, which is fine. I mean, we all have our. That's what's good about horror. There's so many different flavors out there, but it does seem like more times than not, these are the type of horror movies that are getting made these days, and it works for me because I actually love a lot of them. I mean, a lot of these movies are right up my alley. Bring her back is kind of like this, but there's just so many of them. They're like, and how does Osgood Perkins pull? I don't know about you guys, but like the 3 movies that he's given us, you know, like his last 3 movies have just been stellar. So I don't know, man.
He's on a generational run right now. He's putting himself up there. I mean, I wouldn't even say putting himself. He is firmly in the conversation for one of the best doing it right now. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like, you know, and he's got such a unique style, yet at the same time he doesn't. And I say that like because the Monkey and Longlegs are 2 wildly different experiences.
Yeah.
And so any director that can do that and do that well is probably pretty fucking good at their craft. So
yeah. The Monkey
elevated horror. Does that offend any of you guys if I say elevated horror?
Whatever you want to call. I mean, it's just it's like it's trying to do something different, you know? Yeah. I mean, if that means if it's tough for you to understand, then maybe instead of being frustrated with the terminology or the movies, maybe you should just try to like understand that film is an extension of literature, and just like the way that we analyze books and poems and everything, that we should be doing the same with film, and that it can evolve, and we can all become smarter as analysts and as just audience members, and you could still enjoy something that's popcorny like Final Destination Bloodlines, and you could still love something like Keeper or Longlegs. And I love that the Monkey is just kind of like a regular, like there's nothing about stylistically the way the movie shot, there's nothing that screams Osgood Perkins, which I kind of like. He just sort of made like a normal movie. And then you compare that to Longlegs and you're like, oh my God, this is like Hitchcockian or like Kubrick or something like that, or even Wes Anderson. Longlegs actually reminded me of the way that Wes Anderson does these beautiful symmetrical shots and just wonderful placement of the camera. That stuff gets my pants so tight, guys. It really does.
Tight pants, Davey.
Yeah. Well, because something is, taking up space.
Wait, there's Paul Thomas Anderson, there's Wes Anderson, and then I always get this mixed up. And then there's the Resident Evil
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Paul W.S. And I always get it mixed up.
Yeah, so, the guy that's like, my wife is hot. She's going to be in all my movies. And we're like, all right.
Yeah, that's Paul W.S. Yeah.
Wes Anderson is the Grand Budapest Hotel and all that, like very quirky kind of movies, but they're gorgeous. They are stunning to look at.
Kind of the same thing with Paul Thomas Anderson, making like Magnolia and Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights happens to be one of my all-time favorite movies. That movie is fun. Here's another question for you guys before we wrap this up. Okay. And I did ask this like on Killer Flicks recently, and it can be non-horror, it can be horror, whatever. And I want the chat to answer this too. What is a comfort? Actually, I'd rather you say non-horror. Okay. Non-horror. What is a comfort movie for you that it's like a warm blanket. You just find yourself constantly throwing it in. If you happen to catch it on TV, on streaming or something like that, you want to just sit and watch it. Is there a movie like that for you guys that you just constantly gravitate towards? And for me, it is like Boogie Nights and like Fight Club and Goodfellas. I think, those are the movies that the dialogue is so rich and so good. And every scene is just like, it never gets old. It never gets boring. Right. So I guess that's to simplify it. What's a movie that you just never find boring whatsoever? I'll start with you, Davey.
It's going to be Fletch. I fucking love Fletch so much. The original Fletch with Chevy Chase. I don't know what it is. I know it's not a think piece. It's not, I don't know if it brings me comfort or I just find it so funny and so quippy and smart. And Chevy is just so charming in that movie. And I love the music. I love that the mystery of the story works. So it's not just a comedy movie that's just funny and silly. It's actually got a good story behind it and a bunch of great actors in there as well. So yeah, I wish I had a more thoughtful or a more highbrow movie to say. But yeah, I watched Fletch like a couple times a year probably.
I'm kind of the same way with Spies Like Us. I don't know if it's just
really
my age at the time when I watched it, but man, I've always loved Spies Like Us. That movie just it's just like a line a minute, you know. Chevy Chase, people give Chevy Chase shit, but I think at a certain point in his career, man, the guy could not miss. He was just freaking comedy gold. So yeah, I'm right there with you.
Grandma's Boy is another one too. Grandma's Boy. Can't get enough of that one.
Fuego, what's up, man? Nice to see you in here. Basketball. Yeah, basketball. Sorry. That basketball's a really funny one for sure. I'm thinking he means basketball.
Yes. Jaime and Fuego.
Yeah. Nick, what about you, brother?
Any of the live action Transformers movies, don't care. The Breakfast Club, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, Casino Royale or Skyfall. I would say comedy wise, the all-timers for me are Superbad, Step Brothers. Just the handful of movies there that like whenever I'm like, I can't decide on something to watch, I literally just put one of those in and I'm like, okay, I'll watch this again. You can't go, oh, Anchorman is another one.
I was just going to say Step Brothers. Derek Huff steals the freaking show. Adam Scott. He's just such a dick to his family. And they're singing like "Sweet Child of Mine" in the car, and his wife.
I hate that scene though. I get second.
Oh, dude, I love it.
I cringe when like the kids are singing. I'm like, oh god.
When he's up in the treehouse though, and he's like looking at Will Ferrell, and he's like, "You want to punch me right now, don't you? You want to punch me in the fucking
well, no,
go ahead, punch me in the fucking."
The thing I actually have on my StreamYard the clip from that movie where it's just like, you know what's good for shoulder pain? If you lick my butthole.
Lick my butthole.
That always just gets me. But if you grew up middle class or lower middle class, you're familiar with Poverty Nachos and the opening of Step Brothers. I have done that so many times in the middle of the night where I've just taken fucking shredded cheese out of the fridge and put it on nachos and put it on the microwave. And every time I do it, I just fucking hear that song from the beginning of Step Brothers in my head. It's just like, I can't. It's fucking great.
You better not get in my face because I'll drop that motherfucker.
I didn't want salmon. I said it 4 times. Like this is. I love that movie so much. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen, and the sleepwalking shit. Like it's just. It's gold. Oh man. Oh.
I've seen it a million times. Hot Rod's another one that I.
Oh my fucking god! That movie. Kathy. It sucks because I used to joke and like quote that with my ex-wife. I would do the fucking scene. Will Arnett's babe. Like, I fucking love that movie.
Oh my god, this has been so fun. Oh Jesus, it's always too easy with you guys. I swear. Davey, what do you got coming up?
Do you hear that, Davey? He just said we're easy.
I know.
Like
Sunday morning.
I'm pretty easy. So tomorrow I'm gonna be on Facci Cinema with our guy Matt, who popped in earlier. We're doing a live ranking of the Friday the 13th franchise because he's wrapping up his series earlier today. He wrapped up his series on the good, the bad, and the judgment for the whole franchise. So we're gonna
Matt has like 27 kids. He doesn't rap shit. Okay.
Yeah, and we're gonna. It's taken him 15 months. No, I'm just joking. So we're gonna rank the whole series. We're gonna include Sweet Revenge. So tune in if you want to know where we're putting Sweet Revenge in the ranking of the franchise. And then on Wednesday, I'm doing a Before Dark version of Late Night with the Davey, episode 57 of Late Night with the Davey. Man. And our guy, Lido Velasco, is going to be my guest. He's Hollywood Lido here on YouTube. He's also, if you've ever seen like the sexy surfer Michael Myers, like with his top off, like leaning on the surfboard, that's Nito. So he's a cosplayer. He's a composer for a whole bunch of documentaries of these movies that we love. He's also an actor as well. So we're going to talk about Weapons because there was some stuff in Weapons that didn't really work for us. You know, although I think we loved it about 2/3 of the way through, there was a shift that sort of effed us up. So we're going to talk about that. And then, I have a whole bunch of fun stuff on the channel. Doing a Friday is going to be Friday at 10:30 Eastern, doing a versus battle. It's going to be a Chucky sequel versus battle. My guy Mark from Tales from the Shelf is going to join me. He's my regular for the versus battles. And then we're having Cody Leach on. We're going to do Child's Play 2 versus Bride of Chucky. And that one's fun because we have 8 categories. We talk about each movie and how they do in that category. We award one movie the winner of the category, and we let the audience decide each category as well. So we just award a point, tally up the points. Last time we did it, it was Jason Lives versus The Final Chapter with Vincent DeSanti. It was an absolute blast. So you don't want to miss that. And then, of course, spooky season is going to be wild. I'll talk about that next time.
Okay. Nick?
You know, I wish I could tell you I have it all planned out. I don't have shit planned out. Last night, I put my kid to bed and I said, what do I want to record tonight? You know what? How could you fix Halloween Resurrection? So I recorded it, edited it, and put it up. I'm sure I'll have more videos like that this week because they're doing really, really well on my channel and people are really digging it. And I told myself a couple months ago, I'd really like to try to get to 10K by the end of the year. I'm absolutely going to get to 10K at this rate by the end of the year, which is really cool. I'll do more videos like that this week. I know Wednesday, I am going to return with my buddy Justin. We're going to do a stream where we're going to specifically talk about our Halloween hot takes. He was like, we need to talk kind of bring it back to what you and I do best, which is Halloween. And I was like, we could do our hot takes on the franchise. I thought that'd be a fun live stream idea. So we're going to do that Wednesday night. I would expect, I've been uploading almost every day. I'm not uploading tomorrow because I didn't have time to record anything today because I was with my kid all day. So won't be anything tomorrow, but every other day of the week, I'm sure I'll have something up. So, it's, I'm staying busy, man.
I'm kind of in the same boat that you are, Nick. I'm kind of like between new releases. I think the next big new release is Conjuring. I think that comes out first week in September, something like that. I just reviewed Witchboard, and I got so many comments for the video stating, you haven't seen the original? You know, because I stated I haven't seen the original with Tony Katane. And so that inspired me to go watch the original, which, funny enough, it's on Tubi. Tubi's so amazing.
Yes.
So I watched the original and I actually reviewed it. And right before this stream, I finished it. I just got to do the thumbnail and pop that up. So I might pop it up tonight. I might pop it up. That doesn't sound right. But yeah,
we love doing that. Yeah,
you guys just let me roll with it too, man. I swear.
Getting it up later on tonight. We're gonna pop it up.
Yeah. What movie we're talking about? Yeah, Tony Katane. Yeah. So Witchboard.
She could pop it up.
Did I like Witchboard?
What is it?
Yeah, you'll find out. Okay, did I pop it up for Witchboard? You'll find out. So
did it make my planchette spin around? Or
yeah, and then my next video is going to be a new cheese snack idea, and I think that's about it. So yeah.
So shout out also. I'm really hoping it comes near me. I saw today that Netflix announced that Frankenstein will be getting a limited theatrical release in October. Really fucking stoked for that because I think that movie looks gorgeous, has a great cast. That's one of my favorite novels, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I was forced to read that book freshman year. And I was like, I fucking hate being forced to read books, and I loved it. So
yeah, that's when you know a book is good. By the way, I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks lately, and like Paul Stanley from Kiss, I listened to his book like twice. His book is so fucking good that I started it over. His career in Kiss is just amazing. I listened to Maynard James Keenan from Tool. I'm in the middle of his book now. Really interesting. Two very different people. But I put up It Follows there because I'm hoping and praying, and I do this every time before a stream, like a week before. I'm like, God, maybe we'll get some news about They Follow, and of course we never do. But that's probably my most anticipated. I want They Follow, like you read about. I can't wait for that freaking movie. So
I'm fucking pissed.
yeah,
Why have they not started filming? This is bullshit.
I know,
And
man. It's driving me nuts.
I want to put out a couple things before we close out, guys.
Yeah,
so for everyone that loves Hit the Bricks, if you really enjoy the show and you're, either catching it live on YouTube or you're listening to it after the fact on Spotify, or maybe you're just checking out the clips that are on Lee's second channel, we do have some merch on my Fourth Wall shop. We've got a pint glass, we got mugs, we have racerback tanks, we've got magnets, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, all sorts of fun stuff. So if you want to grab something to enjoy a beverage out of while you watch the show or anything like that, you can use the promo code SHIPFREE and get free shipping, which works out to be about 16 or 17% off. Something
I'll
like
make sure that link goes here in the info box too, Davey.
And if I get to 2,000 subscribers before Halloween, I'm going to dress up as the Alpha from 28 Years Later and do a live stream on Halloween. That's how much I don't believe it's going to happen, is that I'm willing to literally put it all on the line. And
I was going to say, you would have to hang dong.
Like I was just gonna say,
you would fully. I would be like, you can trust me that I'm not wearing anything. I'm just sitting on a towel here.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna roll.
Dude, hung dong.
And since Davey said that, I will say too, I put these on Spotify. All the episodes will go up on Spotify tomorrow, probably. So make sure you follow us on Spotify. Do us a favor, hit the because I see like people don't take the time to hit the 5-star thing, or 4-star, whatever you want to put, but rate it. It helps us in the Spotify algorithm. Okay, so we're having a lot of fun with having Hit the Bricks on Spotify. It's the first stream I've ever had on Spotify, and I enjoy putting it up there every time. I listen to it on my drive to work so I can take notes for the clips. So it's really fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care of each other. Love you guys. Mwah.